Be me, 25 years old and barely making ends meet working as a junior graphic designer. Living in this cheap studio apartment in the city because it's all I can afford on my salary. My landlord is this old Italian guy named Mr. Rossi, who's actually pretty cool for a landlord. He's like 65, retired firefighter, always wearing those white tank tops and gold chains, never raises the rent, fixes stuff immediately, brings me homemade pasta sometimes. Honestly, the best landlord I've ever had in my life. Only issue is he's super protective of his daughter who lives in the apartment above mine. Never seen her, but I hear her walking around sometimes. Mr. Rossi has mentioned her exactly once. Said she's studying to be a nurse, and I should never bother her. Cool, wasn't planning on it anyway. One Friday night, I'm coming home late from a work event. It's like 11 p.m. and I'm exhausted and slightly buzzed from free wine. Fumbling with my keys in the hallway when I hear someone crying upstairs. It's coming from the apartment above mine, the daughter's place. Not my business, keep walking to my door. But then I hear something fall and break, followed by more crying. Fuck, what if she's hurt or something? Mr. Rossi would kill me if I didn't at least check on her. Reluctantly walk upstairs and knock on her door. The crying stops immediately. Hello? You okay in there? I heard something break. I call out. Door opens a crack, and I see this girl. She's maybe 5'4", long dark hair, red puffy eyes from crying. Wearing an oversized hoodie and shorts, looks about my age. She's actually really pretty, even though she's been crying. I'm fine, just dropped a glass, she says, voice shaky. I can see broken glass on the floor behind her, and her hand is bleeding. Your hand is bleeding pretty bad. You should let me help, I offer. She looks at her hand like she just noticed it. Oh, yeah, I guess it is, she says absently. Opens the door wider and lets me in. Her apartment is actually really nice, way nicer than mine. But there's broken glass everywhere, and she's clearly been having a rough night. I guide her to the kitchen sink and run water over her hand. I'm Anon. I live downstairs. You're Mr. Rossi's daughter, right? I introduce myself. Sophia. Yeah, that's my dad, she confirms, wincing as the water hits the cut. I grab some paper towels and gently dry her hand off. The cut isn't too deep, just needs to be cleaned and bandaged. You got a first aid kit? I ask. She points to a cabinet and I grab it. Start cleaning the wound properly while she just watches me. You're good at this. Are you a nurse too? She asks quietly. Nah, just had to take a first aid course for work. Graphic designer, I explain. Carefully bandage her hand and make sure it's secure. There, you'll live, I joke, trying to lighten the mood. She laughs a little bit and it's a really nice sound. Thanks. Sorry you had to deal with this mess, she apologizes. No worries. Bad day, I ask. She laughs bitterly and says, Bad year more like it. Just found out my boyfriend of 3 years was cheating on me. With my best friend. For 6 months. Oh damn, that's rough as hell. Fuck, I'm sorry. That's absolutely terrible, I say sincerely. She shrugs and says, Yeah, well, at least I found out before I wasted any more time on him. We end up talking for like 2 hours. She tells me about her nursing program, how stressful it is, how her ex was never supportive and always made her feel bad about being busy. I tell her about my graphic design work and my nightmare clients. She's actually really easy to talk to and funny when she's not crying. I should probably let you go. It's late, she says eventually. Yeah, I should get some sleep. But hey, if you need anything, I'm right downstairs, I offer. She smiles genuinely for the first time tonight. Thanks, Anon. You're really nice. Way nicer than I expected my dad's tenants to be, she says. Your dad is great, so I figured you must be cool too, I respond. She walks me to the door and we say goodnight. As I'm leaving, she calls out, Hey, maybe we could hang out sometime, like as friends? Yeah, I'd like that. I'll see you around, Sophia, I agree. Go back to my apartment thinking about how pretty she is, but also remembering that Mr. Rossi specifically said never to bother his daughter. This could get complicated real fast. Next few weeks, Sophia and I become actual friends. We hang out in the building's courtyard sometimes. She comes down to my apartment to watch movies when she needs a study break. I help her move some furniture in her apartment one weekend. Mr. Rossi sees us together once and gives me this look. Not angry, just evaluating, like he's trying to figure out what's going on. You helping Sophia with something? He asks casually. Yeah, just moving her couch. She asked for help, I explain quickly. He nods slowly and says, "Good. She needs good friends right now after that bastard broke her heart." "She told you about that?" I ask, surprised. "I'm her father, of course she told me. I wanted to break his legs, but she said no," he says seriously. I genuinely can't tell if he's joking or not. "Well, I'm just trying to be a good friend to her, sir," I assure him. He pats my shoulder hard and says, "Good boy. You keep being a good friend." That was definitely a warning disguised as approval. One night, Sophia texts me asking if I want to watch a movie. "Sure, come on down," I text back. She shows up in pajama pants and a tank top with her hair in a messy bun. Looks comfortable and beautiful at the same time somehow. We decide on some horror movie neither of us has seen. End up sitting really close on my small couch because it's tiny. She keeps grabbing my arm during scary parts, which I don't mind at all. Movie ends, and we're just talking about random stuff. "Can I tell you something?" she asks suddenly. "Of course. Anything," I say. She takes a deep breath and says, "I've kind of developed feelings for you, like more than friends' feelings." My brain short circuits completely. I know it's probably weird because of my dad and we're neighbors and everything. She continues nervously. "But you've been so amazing to me these past few weeks. You actually listen when I talk, and you make me laugh, and I don't know. I really like you," she admits. I'm just staring at her, trying to process this. "If you don't feel the same way, that's totally fine. We can just forget I said anything and stay friends," she adds quickly. "Sophia, I like you too. I have for a while now," I finally say. Her eyes light up and she smiles so big. "Really? You're not just saying that?" she asks hopefully. "Really, but your dad is definitely going to murder me," I point out. She laughs and says, "We'll deal with that later. Can I kiss you?" I nod, and she leans in and kisses me softly. It's perfect and terrifying at the same time, because Mr. Rossi is literally one floor up. We start dating in secret, which feels ridiculous but necessary. Sneaking around like teenagers, even though we're both adults. She comes down to my apartment late at night after her dad goes to sleep. We watch movies, talk for hours, make out on my couch. It's honestly amazing, but also stressful hiding it. After about a month of this, I say we should tell her dad. He's going to find out eventually. Better to be honest, I argue. She bites her lip nervously and says, "You're right, but let me tell him, okay? It'll be better coming from me." "When are you going to tell him?" I ask. "Soon, I promise. Just let me find the right time," she says. Another week goes by, and she still hasn't told him. I'm getting more nervous about the whole situation. Then one night, we're in my apartment watching TV. Things get heated, and we start making out pretty intensely. One thing leads to another, and we end up having sex for the first time. It's passionate and amazing and perfect. Afterwards, we're just lying there in my bed. "That was incredible," she says, cuddled up against me. "Yeah, it really was," I agree, stroking her hair. We fall asleep together, and it's the best night ever. Wake up the next morning to loud knocking on my door. Oh fuck, what time is it? It's 8 a.m., and Sophia is still in my bed. The knocking continues, getting louder. "Anon, you home? Need to check the water heater." Mr. Rossi's voice calls out. Holy shit, it's her dad. Sophia's eyes go wide with panic and she mouths, "Hide me." Where the hell am I supposed to hide a whole person? "Just a second," I yell back. Sophia grabs her clothes and runs into my bathroom. I throw on pants and a shirt as fast as possible. Open the door trying to look casual and not like I just had sex with his daughter. "Morning, Mr. Rossi. What's up?" I say, probably too cheerfully. He walks in and starts heading toward my bathroom where the water heater is. Fuck, Sophia's in there. Actually, the water heater has been fine. No issues at all, I say desperately. He stops and looks at me suspiciously. "You sure? Mrs. Chen said her water was cold this morning," he says. "Mine's been hot. Really hot, actually." "No problems," I insist. He stares at me for a long moment, and I'm sweating. "All right, let me know if anything changes," he finally says, and leaves. I close the door, and Sophia comes out of the bathroom. "That was way too close," she says, still shaking. "You need to tell him today, Sophia. I'm serious," I say firmly. She nods and agrees. "You're right. I'll tell him tonight at dinner." That evening, I'm nervous as hell waiting to hear how it went. Around 9 p.m., someone pounds on my door so hard I jump. Open it, and Mr. Rossi is standing there looking furious. "Oh no," she told him. You're dating my daughter?" he yells. Mr. Rossi, I can explain. I start. She's 24 years old. She just got out of a bad relationship. And you took advantage, he accuses. I didn't take advantage of anyone. We both have feelings for each other, I defend. You live in my building. You're my tenant. This is inappropriate. He continues yelling. Sophia appears behind him, looking upset. Dad, stop. I told you I pursued him. He didn't do anything wrong, she insists. You stay out of this, he tells her, then turns back to me and says, you have until the end of the month to find a new place. My heart sinks because I can't afford to move. Dad, no, you can't kick him out. Sophia protests. I can and I will. This is unacceptable, he says and storms off. Sophia stays behind with tears in her eyes. I'm so sorry, Anon. I didn't think he'd react this badly, she apologizes. It's okay. We knew this was a risk, I say, trying to stay calm. I'll talk to him. I'll fix this, she promises. But I'm already looking at apartment listings knowing I'm probably screwed. Next 2 weeks are absolute hell. Mr. Rossi won't even look at me. Sophia's trying to reason with him, but he's stubborn. I'm frantically searching for apartments, but everything is way more expensive. Sophia and I are still seeing each other, but it's complicated. She feels guilty about the whole situation. Maybe we should break up. This isn't fair to you, she suggests one night. I don't want to break up. I care about you too much, I tell her honestly. But you're losing your apartment because of me, she says, crying. I'm losing it because your dad is overprotective. That's not your fault, I reason. We decide to stay together and figure it out somehow. I finally find a place I can barely afford across town. It's smaller and more expensive, but it's all that's available. Start packing my stuff, feeling miserable about the whole thing. Moving day arrives, and I'm loading boxes into my car. Mr. Rossi comes out and just watches me silently. Sophia's helping me pack, also silent and sad. After I load the last box, Mr. Rossi finally speaks. Anon. Wait, come here, he calls out. I walk over nervously expecting another lecture. He sighs heavily and says, Sophia has been crying every day for 2 weeks. I know, sir. I'm sorry about all of this, I say. She told me everything. How you helped her that first night. How you've been good to her. How happy you make her, he continues. I just nod, not sure where this is going. I was wrong to react the way I did. I was just trying to protect her from getting hurt again, he admits. I understand, sir. She's your daughter, I say. He puts his hand on my shoulder and says, Don't move out, stay, date my daughter. But if you hurt her, I really will break your legs. I can tell he's completely serious about that last part. I won't hurt her, Mr. Rossi, I promise, I say sincerely. He nods and says, Good, now unpack your car, this is still your home. Sophia hugs her dad and then hugs me, crying happy tears this time. Things go back to normal, well, a new normal. Sophia and I are officially dating with her dad's blessing. It's actually really nice not having to hide anymore. We go on actual dates now, dinner, movies, normal couple stuff. Mr. Rossi is surprisingly cool about it once he calmed down. Even invites me to family dinners on Sundays, which is sweet. Sophia's mom loves me apparently, which helps. Life is genuinely good for the first time in a while. 6 months into our relationship and everything is perfect. Sophia is about to graduate from nursing school. I got a promotion at work with a decent raise. We're talking about moving in together officially soon. Then one morning, Sophia texts me asking me to come upstairs immediately. She sounds upset, so I rush up there. She opens the door and she's been crying again. What's wrong? Are you okay? I ask, immediately worried. She holds up a pregnancy test and it's positive. My brain completely stops working for a moment. You're pregnant? I ask stupidly. Yes, I'm pregnant. We're having a baby, she says, tears streaming down her face. I don't know if she's happy or scared or both. How do you feel about this? I ask carefully. She sits down on the couch and says, I don't know, I'm terrified. I'm about to start my nursing career and now I'm pregnant. I sit next to her and take her hand. But I also kind of always wanted kids eventually. Just didn't think it would be now, she admits. What do you want to do? I ask, making it clear it's her choice. She looks at me and says, I want to keep it, but only if you're on board. I won't do this alone. I'm on board. Completely. We can do this together, I assure her. She hugs me tight and cries into my shoulder. We have to tell my dad and he's going to lose his mind, she says. Oh fuck. I didn't even think about that part yet. Mr. Rossi is going to actually kill me this time. We decide to tell her parents together that same day. Better to rip the band-aid off quickly, head upstairs to their apartment where they live on the top floor. Sophia's mom answers the door looking happy to see us. Sophia, Anon, what a nice surprise. Come in, come in. She welcomes us. Mr. Rossi is watching TV and looks up when we enter. Everything okay? You both look serious, he observes. Sophia takes a deep breath and says, Mom, Dad, we need to tell you something important. Her mom sits down looking concerned now. I'm pregnant. Anon and I are having a baby, Sophia announces. Complete silence fills the room for what feels like forever. Her mom's eyes go wide and her hand goes to her mouth. Mr. Rossi just stares at me with an unreadable expression. How far along? Her mom finally asks. About 6 weeks based on my calculation, Sophia answers. Her mom gets up and hugs her daughter tight. Oh, my baby is having a baby, she says, crying happy tears. Mr. Rossi is still just staring at me silently. This is it. This is how I die. He stands up slowly and walks over to me. I'm genuinely preparing to get punched, but instead he pulls me into a tight hug. You're going to be a father, son. Congratulations, he says emotionally. Wait, he's not mad? You're not going to kill me? I ask in disbelief. He laughs and says, Kill you? You're giving me a grandchild. This is wonderful news. Sophia is crying. Her mom is crying. Even Mr. Rossi has tears in his eyes. I'm just standing there in shock at how well this went. Next few months are a whirlwind of preparation. Sophia graduates from nursing school and gets a job at a local hospital. We officially move in together, combining our apartments into one bigger space. Mr. Rossi helps us knock down a wall to make it work, refuses to raise rent. We start setting up a nursery in what used to be my studio. Her family is incredibly supportive and helpful with everything. My parents are excited too when we tell them. Everyone is just genuinely happy for us, which is amazing. Sophia's pregnancy goes smoothly for the most part. She has morning sickness for the first trimester, which sucks. I try to be supportive and helpful, cooking for her and taking care of her. We find out we're having a boy, and we're both thrilled. Start arguing about names constantly, but in a fun way. She wants Anthony after her grandfather. I like the name Marcus because it sounds strong. We compromise and decide on Anthony Marcus Rossi last name. Wait, are we giving him her last name or mine? We should probably get married before he's born, I suggest one night. She looks at me surprised and asks, Are you proposing? I mean, yeah. I love you, and we're having a baby. Seems like the right time, I say nervously. That's the least romantic proposal ever, she laughs. You're right, let me try again, I say, and get down on one knee properly. Sophia Rossi, will you marry me and make me the happiest man alive? I ask. I don't even have a ring yet, but she doesn't care. Yes, of course yes, she says and kisses me. Mr. Rossi knocks on our door literally 5 minutes later. I heard screaming. Everything okay? He asks, concerned. We're engaged, Sophia announces excitedly. He looks at me and nods approvingly. About damn time. We have a small wedding ceremony before she's too pregnant to fit in a dress. Just close family and friends at a local venue. Sophia looks absolutely beautiful in her dress with her baby bump showing. Mr. Rossi cries while walking her down the aisle. I cry during our vows because I'm emotional as hell. We're officially married and it feels surreal but perfect. Honeymoon is just a weekend trip because she can't travel far, but it's wonderful and we're so happy together. 2 months later, Sophia goes into labor at 3 a.m. She shakes me awake saying her water just broke. I panic and start running around grabbing things. Anon, calm down. We have time, she says, way calmer than me. We get to the hospital and she's immediately taken to a room. Labor lasts about 12 hours total. I stay by her side the entire time holding her hand. She squeezes so hard I think she breaks something. But finally our son is born and he's perfect. 7 pounds, healthy, with a full head of dark hair like his mom. He's beautiful, Sophia says, holding him for the first time. He's perfect, just like his mom, I say, kissing her forehead. We named him Anthony Marcus like we planned. Mr. Rossi and Sophia's mom arrive an hour later. Mr. Rossi holds his grandson and actually starts crying. My little girl is all grown up, he says emotionally. It's the most wholesome thing I've ever seen. Being parents is harder than either of us expected. Anthony cries constantly, and we're both exhausted zombies. But we work together as a team and figure it out. Sophia is amazing with him. Her nursing training helps a lot. I'm learning as I go, but doing my best. Mr. Rossi and his wife help us out constantly, which we appreciate. They babysit when we need a break or when we both have to work. We're building this little family and it's beautiful. Anthony is 2 years old now and running around everywhere. He's got Sophia's dark hair and eyes, but my personality apparently. We're trying for a second baby, which Sophia really wants. Life is busy and chaotic, but it's good. Sometimes I think back to that night I heard Sophia crying, how I almost didn't knock on her door, how different my life would be if I hadn't. I went from lonely graphic designer to husband and father, all because I decided to check on a crying neighbor. That feeling when you accidentally got your landlord's daughter pregnant. That feeling when he didn't kill you, but actually became your biggest supporter. That feeling when you're married with a kid and another on the way. That feeling when your landlord is now your father-in-law and best friend. Would recommend 10 out of 10, life-changing experience. My face when I have the family I always wanted. My face when it all started with a broken glass and a bandaged hand. My face when Mr. Rossi still threatens to break my legs, but now he's joking, probably.